Hi, it's Ms. Schleitz. We are going to continue our employment skills, and you guys are going to be writing a resume. So here are a couple of do's and don'ts about writing a resume. So you want to make sure you're highlighting skills that actually make you stand out. So make sure you're talk about good things. Include your personal achievements. You want to tell the truth. Keep it to one page. There are some instances, especially later on in your career, where it could be a little bit longer than a page, maybe front and back, or doctors have something called a curriculum vitae or a CV that is multiple pages. But you're not in that stage. We're writing an entry-level resume, so it needs to be kept to one page. Make sure correct spelling and grammar, and that it's very organized formatting. And I'm going to give you the format or a template to use for this, so yours should be organized. Don't state the obvious. Don't use more than 2 types of Microsoft font. So don't change the type of writing that you're using while you're typing, at least not more than twice. Don't use more than 2 lines per bullet when describing a job duty or position. So it shouldn't be a really long run-on sentences. It should be kept short when you are describing what you did in a job position or your skills. Don't bring that more than 2 lines. All right, so now we're going to look at, this is the directions for completing your resume. I have this uploaded also to Edsby, as well as your template that you are going to type on. So the template looks just like this, but with a little bit less information on it, that you are going to actually type your resume into using Microsoft Word. So you're just going to click on it, and then you would just type. And whatever you're clicking on is going to disappear. And so you'll come over here and type in your address, phone number, email, and you don't have to use your real ones if you do not want to. Just make sure that your email is a professional email, not like cutie-pie569. It needs to be something like for a combination of your first name and last name. Your LinkedIn profile, this is something that job seekers might have. This is a job seeking type of social media. But you don't need to put anything in there for that. And then Twitter, blog, or portfolio, this is only if it is related to the job. So you would just take this part out if you did not have that. Maybe journalism type job would have something like this. But it needs to really be related to the job. You do not want to put in your Snapchat or your Instagram tags here. And talking about that, you want to make sure that things that are going on there would be okay for somebody to see that when you are searching for a job. Because even if you don't post it here, which you shouldn't, they still will research you a lot of times on the internet. You'd be surprised on what they can find on from old things that have been posted. So just a little warning to be careful what you're posting. All right. The objective, should be short, no more than like 1 sentence statement of what you are looking for in a job. So I've put this on there for you. You can leave it as it is, and you do not have to change it. If there's something that you want to change it to make it more you, maybe you want to look for a lifeguarding job at the YMCA, you could put something in here for that. All right, moving on to education. I have that typed in there for you. East Bay High School in Gibsonton, Florida. The dates from would be 2019 to, you can either have current or you could put the year that you're going to graduate. All right, then you are going to put 5 bullet points, so short, concise, no run-on sentences. And you need to, brag about your GPA, awards you've received throughout your education, or any honors, like honors classes or AP classes you've taken. You can also talk about the coursework you've taken too. So if you're looking for a healthcare job, you should state that you are in a medical skills class or in the health science program at East Bay. So, and you can say, maybe the grade you got in this class. So you want to talk about things that are relevant to this objective, to this job that you're trying to seek. But you also need to talk about your education. If you're on honor roll, this is where you'd put that as well. All right, and then moving down to experience. I know many of you may not have jobs yet. If you do not have a job, this is where you're going to list some volunteer experience you have. And it is okay that people go through high school without having a job, but they need to be doing other things to build the resume, like volunteering, or having other little things that they do on the side. So this is also where you can put your babysitting job. You would just put the job title as babysitting and then just delete the company part. Do not put a family name. The years it might be currently, you're still doing it. That's 2. And when did you start babysitting? And talk about what you did. Maybe you pick up the kids from school 2 days a week. Or you babysit as needed. What do you do for them? Do you help them with homework? Do you help them, with household things around the house, cooking or cleaning? So you can add those into there. And you only need to have one for this section. If you got to think of one, volunteer, babysitting job, maybe lawn mowing type job, yard, lawn maintenance that you've done, something like that you can put in here for experience. All right, and then we go down to skills. Your skills are going to be strengths about you. So these are personality skills, hardworking, determined, anything like that. Also, if you got CPR certified in class, this is where you'd want to list that. If you're bilingual, what other languages do you speak? If you've taken one of our Microsoft Office courses at school and you have some Microsoft skills, any of those kind of things that would apply to the job that you can put in there. And then the activities are those final things that did not fit in the other places that are relevant to the career. What are your passions, your hobbies, your activities? What do you like to do to give back to the community? Again, you can bullet these here. Anything leadership. So if you were an officer in a club, or you can even just put some of your clubs. If you're in HOSA, any of your other volunteer experience can go here. If you already had a job, you also can add volunteer here. Anything else that you've done. Again, languages. If you're in the band or chorus or color guard or play a sport. And then I'll also talk about if you were maybe a team captain for those sports, can go here as well. So again, it's used to brag about yourself. So put, don't put things that don't matter, but if it's important, then put it on here. Again, keep it to 1 page. And real world, it should be typed. It needs to be typed. You guys all have access to Office 365 with Microsoft Word. I'll put those instructions up again. That should open this so you can type right onto the template. But if you absolutely, for whatever reason, cannot type it, for this time I will accept it handwritten, but it needs to be extremely neat, not even your normal handwriting, but like it's typed. So take your time with that, and then make sure it is organized in this manner with things larger and bolded and then indented in so it is easy to see. But really it should be typed if at all possible. All right, let me know if you have any questions. All right, and then hopefully this is something that you can save and add to and change as you go through high school, and it will be ready for you when you're going to apply for jobs. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.